Wave Replays Hot Wheels Mechanix Part 3. Hello, Wave Sign back again with the last part of the redo of Hot Wheels Mechanix. Yeah, in this one there's only one track left, the Asteroid Belt, and you can see in the side of the screen some of the Hot Wheels Mechanix components that would be in the actual toy line. Anyway, I'm going with the F1 Racer because it is my favorite car, and I'm equipping it with, standard loadout, off-road wheels, and the best wings and engine. Just listen to this music. This music just screams outer space. And, unlike the music for the moon base, it doesn't stop, ever. So you get to listen to this awesome track the entire race on this completely illogical racetrack between asteroids. And, my biggest problem with this is not that the gravity is low, it's that the gravity is down. At all. Gravity, it shouldn't be down. And this track is probably the one where my steering wheel not being very good and my joystick not being very good in the last time I did this really catch up with me, because it's there's a lot of tight corners that the car does not want to go around without bumping into the guardrail. And on this track, that's a hazard because you can easily jump the guardrail and fall into space forever. And then you'll be teleported back onto the track without losing any power, which is actually a really good thing that you don't lose power if you fall into space. And we come to this track's biggest shortcut. Normally you'd have to drive around a really tight spiral, but instead you can just jump off there and end up right at the starting point. There is a hazard to that. There is an asteroid that circles around that part of the track that if it hits you, you power down. And then you fall into space forever because you're probably jumping at that point. Anyway, the Lakester. It's the best car in the game, and you get it at a point where there's really no more point to playing the game. Yeah, and in order to win it, you need to have both of what I've already done, is win the race and get 100 X tools in the process. This track is long. Each lap takes around a minute. Longer if you have to go down the spiral, and there's 10 laps because they needed to pad out the track longer. It lets you listen to the music longer, but and this track is so cool, even if it makes no logical sense and only makes me even more certain that Mattel doesn't know what science is, or at least didn't back in the early 2000s. Yeah, and then you can. I don't really demonstrate it during this race, but you can, have air for nearly the entire race if you do it right. And I love the paint schemes for the F1 Racer, which really tie into why the F1 Racer is my favorite car in the game. It has two paint schemes other than this Patriotic America one. They are, a really cool black and crimson flame style deco, and then a white and blue kind of icy theme. Oh man, this stupid spiral. I hate it so much. That's part of the reason why I almost always use the shortcut, is because it is such a pain to go down that without crashing into everything with the way the steering works, and I fall into space forever. Next up, now I'm back on the track thanks to convenient teleports, but I'm also behind. Now, given how easy this game is, that's not going to be case for long. So yeah, also that green crap. For some reason, even though it looks kind of like ice and it gives off the same particle effects that the ice on the Pluto mines did when you drive over it, the only tires that can drive over it without slowing down are the off-road tires and not the spike tires. Also, I screwed up, but for some reason I jumped over the checkpoint, I guess to ensure that there would be very few races in which I actually get all the checkpoints. I don't know. I actually don't know, but that's also another, like, if you slam into something while you're flying, you're gonna have a bad time. And you're probably gonna fall. And if you're not over the track when you fall, then you lose a lot of time. So yeah, I gotta power up again. And I went to first-person view for some reason there. Whatever. And this track doesn't want to know what it wants to do with friction, because you hit the boxes and they start spinning, and then sometimes they just keep spinning forever, and sometimes they don't keep spinning forever. I'm tempted to think that the spinning forever is what they're supposed to be doing, at least what they should be doing given physics, but I don't know. I'm not really a physicist, not mathematically. I know my Nova Science Now string theory, M-brains, and all that stuff, because that was actually really fun to watch, but I don't know any of the hard math behind any of that. Which, yeah, whatever. But yeah, that asteroid that you saw there, if that hits you, you're gone. Also, I suspect that these spaceships flying around might also do the same thing, but I've never been able to get hit by them, partially because I don't think I've ever tried. Whatever. Man, this track's atmosphere is great. With atmosphere in massive quotation marks, because you're in space. Yeah. Like, once again, with the gravity, it's like, why is it down? Like, if it was something magnetic, I'd understand it, but yeah. Also, you see me doing my favorite trick in the game, which is to ramp off that and then jump between the two asteroids and then just keep going. Now, the starfield looks fine, even though you can kind of tell that it's skybox. You can't really see the seams at where the cube's edges are. Not very often, but there's times when you can see them. Yeah, so yeah, this is terribly exciting. We're on lap 8 out of 10. And it's some magnificent quote-unquote airtime there. Like, this track is just, this is the pinnacle of being able to glide trivializes a lot of stuff. Yeah, these boxes get in the way. And, yeah, so I'm just going to keep exploiting that little shortcut there, because that is what lets me win the race very easily. And once again, the AI don't ever use the shortcut, they always go down the spiral. So, yeah. And these asteroids are kind of boring looking, considering that most asteroids wouldn't be this spherical. Like, honestly, they look more like the one that's careening around the track in order to smash you to atoms. Like that, yeah, that one. Instead of these kind of spherical things. And sometimes you can fall off the track, and if you were able to react quickly and are in a place like near the spiral, you won't fall into space forever. Instead, you can guide yourself back onto the track. And this is the final lap out of 10. Okay, it doesn't really take a minute per lap. It still takes over 30 seconds, depending on what else you're doing. And once again, like, I love doing this trick with that stupid sensitivity thing. And ramp off the top of that asteroid onto this asteroid and get really close to the textures to see that they really probably weren't meant to be seen from this close. And once again, I demonstrated. Well, actually, no, I don't, because I was reversing. But whatever. You can land on top of that checkpoint and still get the checkpoint. And I win! And I won the Lakester! Woo! Excite! And this is kind of a terrible angle, though at least I didn't get caught up underneath the spaceship. So you can actually see the car while victory music plays all. And way to go! I won all cars, the Lakester, the catapult. the Double Vision. This is taking quite a while. The Dune Buggy. F1 Racer, which is my favorite car. Hot Rod. The Lakester, again, for some reason. Radar Ranger. The Roadster. The Hammered Coupe. Semi-truck. The Shadow Cat. The Shadow Jet. And the Silhouette 2. The C something or other I can't remember. Speed Machine, which I never used. Split Image 2. Actually, no, I think that's just the original Split Image. Super modified. Sweet 16. Actually, that's Sweet 16 2, technically. The Track T, which is apparently some sort of T. And we move into the credits as they keep repeating the same 3 or 4 victory music tracks over and over and over. So yeah, THQ disbanded like a couple, some years ago. It was a while ago actually by now. So yeah, I don't know what any of these people, or who any of these people are. Director of Quality Assurance. Might have wanted to guide his team a little bit there. And then these people with nicknames, and these testers that... Yeah, I don't know. I guess this game was really meant to be super easy because it was, I think, marketed towards kids the age I was when I got this, which was like 7, 8 years old. So, well, maybe not quite that well, you know, 6, 7, 8, something in there. I don't remember too well when I got this game. It was a while ago. Yeah. Elementary school, at least. So, yeah. Credits. This is terribly exciting, and I'm sure everyone wants to keep watching the credits, because this is certainly a thing that people would want to watch. Yeah. More credits, this time for the next people who are developers. And don't those victory tunes just sound great when you have to listen to them over and over and over again, and each one is like less than 30 seconds long? Like, well, okay, this isn't, it's not quite the same length as the actual race, but still, the race took about 10 minutes. Maybe. 9, 10, 7, somewhere in there. And this is gonna take, you know, at least 3 minutes to go through. There you can see the skybox rotating. I don't know. It's a cool effect. And we come back to the main screen. And that's it. Other than getting the paint colors, which are in a different video that I'm not going to demonstrate them, this is done. So comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you next time with something else.